Welcome back to the channel. I am Racky Ryan. Today's video is for entertainment purposes only. The Racky Ryan channel was made to provide you with the best free stock picks available. However, keep in mind that this is not to be construed as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am just some dude who's in a hoodie talking about stocks on YouTube. Today there was some news that came out in the biopharmaceutical industry. This news is actually near and dear to my heart, no pun intended. The reason why this news in this company is important to me is because I have genetic high cholesterol. What that means is if I eat a perfect diet, my cholesterol is still high, no matter what I do. I can run 50 miles, I can eat grilled chicken every single day, I can eat broccoli every single day, and I still will have high cholesterol. So what does that mean? That means I have to take something that is called a statin. A statin is basically just cholesterol medicine. The company that I'm talking about is AMRN, and they had a huge breakthrough today. The EC, the European Commission, approved one of their drugs, VASCEPA, in order for people in Europe to take for heart medicine. This is a big deal because it had been already approved by the FDA in America, and now it is approved by the EC for Europe. So I ended up buying 166 shares today of AMRN. So today I'm going to break down what AMRN is, what VASCEPA is, why I bought shares in AMRN, and what I think is going to happen with AMRN going forward. Okay, so I pulled up AMRN's website here. AMRN is a rapidly growing, innovative pharmaceutical company focused on developing and commercializing therapeutics to cost-effectively improve cardiovascular health. AMRN's lead product, VASCEPA capsules, is available by prescription in the United States and an increasing number of other countries. Today, the EC approved of VASCEPA in the European Commission. The history of VASCEPA. Development of VASCEPA leveraged AMRN's extensive experience in the therapeutic benefits of polyunsaturated fatty acids and lipid science. The development of VASCEPA challenged previously established understandings of the treatment of complex diseases states and created an important new drug with the potential to significantly improve patient care for millions of patients. The use of VASCEPA is supported by over 200 issued patents worldwide. VASCEPA was designated by FDA as a new chemical entity in recognition of the drug's novel single active ingredient. Similar designations have also been granted to VASCEPA's active ingredient in other jurisdictions internationally. Recent news, this is what I'm talking about today. So AMRN receives European Commission approval for VASCEPA, which is also VASCEPA, but it's just the European name, to reduce cardiovascular risk. So AMRN receives European Commission approval for VASCEPA to reduce cardiovascular risk. This is the same thing as VASCEPA, but it's just called VASCEPA in Europe. AMRN's IE was approved for cardiovascular risk reduction by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in December 2019 and is marketed in the U.S. under the brand name VASCEPA. The approval of VASCEPA marks a significant milestone for high-risk cardiovascular patients in Europe as it offers the first and only EC-approved therapy to reduce cardiovascular risk in high-risk statin-treated patients who have elevated triglycerides. So, again, I have high cholesterol. It sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. It just is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. This is the deck of cards that I was dealt in life. However, there are people who have it much worse than I do. I have high cholesterol, but I do not necessarily have high triglycerides, and I'm not really at huge risk of having a heart attack, at least not yet. Maybe I will be taking VASCEPA one day. So I do keep my eyes on this industry because I am a potential patient of these types of companies in the future. So this is something that is important to me. So I've been following AMRN for quite some time. Now let's take a look at what the AMRN chart is looking like, and let's take a look into the stock and see whether you think that this is a company that you want to invest in as well. So if you have any comments on AMRN, VASCEPA, or any of this news, please leave them below. I'm really interested in what you have to say. And I already mentioned earlier in the video, I bought 166 shares of the stock today. I bought about $1,000 worth of stock, so I started a position in AMRN. Let's take a look. AMRN. So AMRN is at 6.34. It's up 3.44%. I bought around here. Let's take a look at its 5-year chart. It's been pretty wild. So AMRN stock was trading around $2, $3 per share, and then had a massive jump, and it went all the way up to into the 20s and stayed in the 20s, and recently has come down all the way to like $4 per share. Recently it was up to $8.42 per share, and now it is at $6.33. So it has been a wild ride, to say the least. The company is making a lot of money though, and its market cap is not necessarily that big. So the market cap is $2.49 billion, which is not really that big for a biopharmaceutical company, especially one that is doing something that's so important as saving lives and helping people with heart conditions. So if you take a look at the quarterly revenue and annual revenue, you can see that the annual revenue is growing by a lot each year. And they're not only is it growing by a lot, but their net income is slowly decreasing to the point of profitability coming soon. So in 2018, the company had $229 million in revenue. In 2019, the company had $430 million in revenue, but the net income was only negative 22. And in 2020, the company had $614 million in revenue, and it was negative 18 million in revenue. So this is not some tech stock that was just accelerated by COVID. This is a company that is saving lives by helping people with their heart problems. That is something that is a big deal to me, and this company is also doing something that I'm biased about, and that it has to do with me. So of course I'm going to probably be interested in it. So you might be thinking, well, Ryan, you're biased, and I admit I am biased. However, the statistics show that obesity and heart problems is a huge problem in America and worldwide. Let's take a look into that, because that is what is really the play here on AMRN. It is not just people with high genetic cholesterol like myself. It really is the fact that the trend in obesity is going higher and higher and higher. So more and more people are going to have heart problems. So I pulled up the CDC's website on adult obesity facts. And like I said, obesity is gradually increasing and it's becoming a huge problem. According to the CDC, the prevalence of obesity was 42.4% in 2017 to 2018. Think about that. 4 out of 10 people are obese. Now check out this statistic. This is wild. From 1999 to 2000 through 2017 to 2018, the prevalence of obesity increased from 30.5% to 42.4%, and the prevalence of severe obesity increased from 4.7% to 9.2%. So obesity increased basically 33%, and severe obesity basically doubled. This is facts. You can't argue with the data. This is real life statistics, and this is what's happening. Obesity related conditions include heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancers that are some of the leading causes of preventable premature death. The estimated annual medical cost of obesity in the United States was $147 billion in 2008. The medical cost for people who have obesity was $1,400 higher than those of normal weight. This is from 2008. The CDC, first of all, you need to update your website. Second of all, wow, I'm sure that's probably doubled, considering this is talking about how in 2018 obesity is now at 42.4%. So if this was at like 36%, let's just say that this has increased like another 20% here because it's increased 20% from there. So this is probably a $200 billion annual medical cost. This is a massive market, and AMRN is a $2 billion market cap. So what they're trying to do is help people who have heart problems, and heart problems generally have a high correlation with obesity. Or you can just be like myself and it really sucks and you have high genetic cholesterol, and it doesn't matter whether I eat potato chips or whether I eat grilled fish, I still have high cholesterol. So in the end, you're hitting a wide range of people, because you're getting people that are obese, and you're also getting people who in general just have high cholesterol. And there's a lot more people like myself than you think. You may be watching this right now and you may have high genetic cholesterol, or you may be watching this right now and you are technically obese, and this could affect both of us. This could affect myself, this could affect you. And the other thing to talk about with obese is the BMI index. Technically, I'm pretty close to obese on the BMI index. I'm 6 foot, 6'1", 195 pounds. Let's look at what is the average weight and what you're supposed to be at a certain type of weight. And during my adult, I've weighed anywhere from 180 to 215, and I've sort of normalized out to around this 190 mark. I know I could lose weight, and I'm working on it, but at the same time, it's not the most easy thing for people to do who have busy lives. And here I've pulled up the body mass index. So if you're 6 foot and I'm 6'1", 6 foot, let's just say 6 foot, and I weigh 195. Compute BMI 26.4. So I'm overweight and I'm getting close to obesity. So another thing to point out is that we just had a full year of quarantine and stay-at-home orders, and there was a lot of people that gained a lot of weight during this time frame. I know that there's some people who ended up like losing a bunch of weight because this was their time for them to like revamp themselves and become whoever they wanted, but the majority of people sat at home and like binged ate. Like, let's be real, like it was a depressing, terrible time, and not a lot of people really enjoyed it, and there was a high correlation between weight gain and the quarantine. I know that I personally have a lot of friends and family who gained weight. I gained weight. You might have gained weight. There's a lot of people that gained weight because during quarantine it sucked. It sucked. There's no way around it. So at the end of the day, AMRN is solving a problem that saves people's lives. It is helping people with heart issues. I personally am biased towards the company, but this is still big news, and this is a big deal because obesity, like I said, is trending towards higher and higher and higher. There are people like myself with genetic high cholesterol. So at the end of the day, this company is very needed, and it's in a secular trend. There's two different types of trend. There's a secular trend and a cyclical trend. A secular trend is a long-term trend. A long-term trend is obesity increasing from 30% of people to 42% of people. That is what is known as a secular trend. So you want to invest into secular trends. This is an investment into a secular trend. So if you enjoyed this video today, make sure to smash that like button as well as subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.